Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I got another action figure review for you, and we are going to be taking a look at the new Kenner carded Degobah R2-D2. Now obviously it's the re-release of R2, but obviously we're excited nonetheless because R2 is such an awesome character that is beloved by all. So first of all, we're going to jump into it. If you're new here, do subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you enjoy it, and let's take a look at the figure. So what is going to come in the box? So you are going to get R2, as you can see here up close. Absolutely fantastic looking little guy. The fact that he's weathered obviously is a big plus. One, because obviously that's you know how he looked on Degobah in the film, but also it's just nice to see, you know, when a figure is weathered, because it just looks a little bit more realistic and kind of like they've been living in the Star Wars universe. He is going to come with this little antenna, obviously, which is kind of his like periscope that comes up when he goes under the water in the swamp, and that's also going to have a little interchangeable cap piece that when you take this off, you can pop that into that little peg there just to fill him in. Obviously, you know, it depends on what look you're going for, but if we had that in like that, I'm not going to pop it in just because I want to get it out, but as you can see, kind of like it would close off the gap. I'm just going to put that to the side for now as he goes down again, and pop that in there. Obviously iconic that he has that. First of all, that's all you're going to get with R2, but obviously, you know, what else could you want with the Degobah version? I do have the original kind of deluxe R2 that came out with all the different attachments, and I will be reviewing that one on the channel at some point, so stay tuned for that. But in terms of R2, I mean, he does have his little openings here that have his little kind of tools that come out. If I can kind of get that to... There you go. And as you can see, they look awesome. I mean, the design of R2, they've absolutely nailed, which you would expect. Obviously, a lot of it is moulding, but a lot of it is very, very good paint applications. You know, as you can see, you've got kind of the copper looking tubing. You've got the weathering all the way around. All the little parts of R2 there, the details. Now, obviously, when it comes to articulation, R2-D2 is going to have very particular articulation, so I'm going to kind of like judge it based on that. So obviously the legs do move, meaning that he can kind of, you know, do the look like he's on the move forward, or he can do the kind of standing look. If you notice his head will spin, that's really good because of obviously the eye, meaning that he can go 360 and look any direction he wants. But however, that isn't just you know, any old function. They've actually integrated that so that when you spin the head, the third leg comes out, so that obviously you know, and this tilts, as do the feet just a little bit. And it means that you can get him in these kind of wheeling forward poses. Now, unfortunately, the arm isn't weathered, as you can kind of see, but obviously if that is retractable, we can kind of give them the benefit of the doubt that that didn't get dirty on Degobah. But obviously, as you can see, he looks awesome. Head spins round, these fold back away. Legs go all the way around, which is really nice. But in terms of the design, I mean, you know, you can kind of see the foot moves, the legs move, the head spins around completely. You know, he's got his third leg, he's got his little periscope with a detachable piece to hide that away. So he's as articulate as, you know, he as an astromech would be, so that's really good. And then in terms of the design, he just looks fantastic, and I love R2. In terms of the weathering, like, I like that they've come in with the kind of browny greens like from Degobah, you know, instead of just kind of like black, as if it was maybe like some carbon scoring or something. But it is really nice that it's kind of all over him. You know, the remnant stormtrooper that they just released is only weathered on the front, which is a bit, you know, a bit awkward, bit odd for you know, toy photography. But in terms of R2, he's looking fantastic. In terms of versatility, I mean, you know, it's R2D2, and like, you know, where can't you put R2D2? I mean, he was in the prequels, he was in you know, the original trilogy, he's in the sequels, he's, you know, he's everywhere, and he's such a beloved character. You can do all sorts with him. Even though it's the Degobah version, I still think that obviously now, because it's been re-released, he's the R2 you can pick up, so I think you should pick him up. You know, I mean, R2D2 was originally released a long time ago, and him and C-3PO are, you know, they've become very hard to come by. So I definitely would recommend picking him up, because he's so, you know, he's so versatile. You can put him in any shot. He works in any display. I mean, whether you want to put him with Anakin or Obi-Wan or Leia or Luke or, you know, Ahsoka, he goes everywhere. So it's just fantastic. And because he's so, you know, articulate, it means that you can put him in all sorts of flight poses. Like if you were doing something, you know, how like Chopper kind of flies around, you could do that. And as well, you know, you could do him in equally in just kind of in background shots, or, you know, just shocking people, that sort of thing. So he's very versatile, and obviously in terms of a display, a much loved, you know, a much loved character. In terms of the rest of the figure, you know, you don't get anything else with R2 like you do in the deluxes, where you have like the retractable side pieces that give him the kind of little kind of exhaust pipes where he will like fly. But again, you can do that yourself with editing and you know, be imaginative. But in terms of, you know, characters, R2D2 is one of my favourite characters in the Star Wars universe, and like this Degobah R2, I was really happy became available again, because he's just a fantastic little guy. So overall, I'm going to give R2D2 a 7. I mean, he's fantastic, and I love him to bits. I just think, in terms of, you know, the overall score, in fact, in terms of overall score, I'm going to give it an 8, because R2D2 is a much loved character. He's so versatile. He looks great, and you know, he's got all the articulation you would expect from an astromech droid. So great little figure. Do pick it up if you have the ability to do so. I know that he won't be around for long, if I can get him to stay there. And obviously, you know, amongst the kind of, you know, foliage and that sort of thing, he looks fantastic. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.